All right, I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm sorry for maybe not hyping Kenneth up enough. So that's my one thing I want to start with.
When you're starting the game, you're staying over there on the sideline, and that happens on the first play of the game. What are you guys thinking when you see that happen?
I went up to one of our strength and conditioning coaches, Coach Guess. I was like, I can't believe that just happened. All week I was saying I can't wait to watch Kenneth run because that's the kind of stuff he was doing against us in practice. I'm like, I'm waiting for him to do that against somebody else. Y'all ever seen The Longest Yard? He looks like Nelly off The Longest Yard. Or we call him Booby Miles. He can do it all.
You haven't had an offense that can do that on the ground since you've been there. How does that change just everything, every dynamic for you guys? The ability to salt away a lead, to get out in front. How does that change everything? Yeah,
that's big time, and that's really what we want to do. That's what football is, you know what I mean? Running the ball and stopping the run. In the first half, we had, I don't know how many rushing yards we had, but I think they had 29, and we had maybe 150 at least. And that's why we were up 21-7. And then towards the end of the game, we got to play better on defense, but the offense carried us and ran that clock down even with the field goal, and then with Kenneth scoring his last touchdown.
How much there seems to be a confidence to you guys, and how much is that the quick start, or how much is that just the personality of this team that you feel is different than a year ago? Yeah, I think mostly it's just a team. We believe in our process, and we know we had a really good spring practices and a very physical camp, and so we've just been waiting to show the world what we could do, and I think that's what we did here tonight.
You guys had a couple, or especially early, some of those drives were kind of bend but don't break.
Definitely.
When they started to get a little closer to the goal line, what was kind of the mindset for the defense at that point? And the second part of that is when the offense came back out after that first one and put together a sustained drive, that's got to be a breath of
fresh air. Definitely. Definitely. We gave up a couple explosives, and then we had, I think in the first two possessions, we had 2 explosives through the air, but we were able to stop them in the red zone, which is big time, and that's just playing the next play. You know, we're not too worried about the play before. That happened in the third quarter, I think, right after halftime. It's just playing the next play. We talk about the next play all the time, and that's the mentality we have, especially on defense. That's how you got to play.
Cal Halliday was all over the field.
You see him out there?
Yeah, we hadn't heard a ton about him leading into this. Can you talk about his performance and what that did?
Yeah, I'd have to watch the tape. I didn't see him too much, but he's been looking good in practice for sure. And I knew it was going to be a shock for some people to see him out there, but I love seeing Cal out there. He gets the job done, and he's the only guy that doesn't wear no gloves or no tape or anything. He just shows up and gets the job done. So it's exciting to watch Kyle get his chance, and I'm really happy for him.
We saw a lot of guys rotate in on the defensive line, a lot of linebackers played, but in the secondary, not quite as much. I think we saw Darius Snow a little bit for Michael, but other than that, you guys kind of ran with what you did. You expect that tonight? Was that kind of what you thought going in?
A little bit, not too much. I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect that as much. But we'll see different people coming in these games. It takes a good week of practice and a very focused week of practice for you to kind of rotate, especially at corner. It's a sensitive position, you know what I mean? But you'll see new faces in there, dudes getting their shot to show what they got.
Xavier, the first drive of the second half, they had that long run, you guys did, and it ended on the third down sack that you had.
Yeah.
Tell me about that very aggressive play.
Yeah.
It's like a race to get him before you know the receiver.
Yeah. Well, it was just a great call. I mean, as soon as I did it and everybody was happy for me, I was like, well, I didn't really do much. All I did, so on that, it was Coach Hazelton called a great call. Cal and Q and Crouch, they kind of just paved the way for me. They kind of just get out the way so I can make the play. So that's really the epitome of how football is supposed to work, and dudes doing their job so somebody else can make the play, and I was just happened to be on the end of making the play.
It sounds like you guys did get more pressure tonight as well. I mean, how much was that, do you think, a result of the back end coverage? How much of it do you think was just the guys up front?
What was the question? We pressured more? Is that what you said?
You got more pressure.
Yeah.
You guys were able to get home, I think, 3 or 4 times.
That's it's a mix of both. That's what we talk about, playing football together, rushing cover together. And so we, as a back end, we did a decent job of trying to hold off on guy and make sure the quarterback didn't have anywhere to throw early, and then letting the D-line work and do their job. So I thought the D-line did a really good job today, and I was happy to see some of them young guys. Kyle King was in there, got a pass breakup. So it was exciting to see some new faces in there getting some play in.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Yeah.